Okay, we're going to multiply 5n, that's a monomial, to this 3 terms, trinomial. Distribute, just like you did first semester. But before we do that, 5n, what exponent does that n have? It's got a 1. Write it in so you remember. Also, in front of this negative n squared is also a 1. Different kind of 1, but okay. Now we're going to multiply. Just like you would expect. 5n times 3n to the third. Multiply the normal numbers. 15. You have the same base. Add your exponents. 1 plus 3. 4. Yeah. You guys did this yesterday. Keep going. 5n times negative 1, n squared is negative 5. And then add your exponents to the third. And then you're doing 5n times 8, which would just be 40n. We're going to go and name this. The degree is 4. So look at the chart. Degree of 4 we call quartic, like as in a quarter. And it's got 3 terms. So it's a trinomial. Quartic trinomial. First name, last name. Degree of 4, 3 terms. You can distribute. If you like distributing, this makes sense to you, do that. I'm also going to show you the box method. I want you to go and write it down for now, and then after this example, you never have to do it again if you hate it. Let me try those out. Okay. So in a box method, you would take your 2 things. We've got 5n, just 1 term, so that's just 1 row. Your other one, 3n cubed minus 1n squared plus 8 goes here. And you can make boxes to represent that each of those is its own little area. This is what we did yesterday. And then if you multiply, remembering that this is a 1, you get the exact same thing. 15n to the 4th. Negative 5n cubed 40n. And then if you put it all together, you have the exact same thing. So I don't care. Whatever one you like better. If you'd rather make boxes, if that makes more sense to you, you're multiplying length times width for each box, that's fine. If you'd rather distribute, that's fine. You're going to see me distribute. If you like boxes, that's fine. Make sure you add your exponents. 3x to the third minus 3x squared. This is a cubic degree of 3. 2 terms. Binomial. 2 things I need you to know. If you're trying to find the factor of the coefficients, which would be the numbers in front, you need to find the number, the highest number they all divide by. Evenly, no decimals. For variables, you need to take the lowest exponent. I'll explain more in a second. So that when you take out the greatest common factor, GCF, you have whatever is left in the parentheses. Are 36, 42, and negative 12. You need to think for me, what is the highest number that those can all 3 divide by? Aiden says 6. Do you guys agree? Aiden's right. It's 6. Okay, in front, you're going to put 6. Now look at the variables n n squared, and n cubed, n to the third. This one out in front with just the n, what exponent does it have? 1. Good. Okay, so remember that for me. That one has a 1. Looking at these three, your lowest exponent of those is what? 1. You can only take out 1n because the first term only has 1 to take away. I know you could try to take away 3, but there's not 3 to take away from the first term. So you take out the lowest exponent. They can all take out 1n. So that, in parentheses, you have remaining what you would have to multiply by. So if you divide out or take out 6n, then you would have to multiply by positive 6 to get 36n. 6n, or like you could do it in pieces. 6 times what is 42? 7. And n times what is n squared? Or like this. You have 2 n's there. You took out 1. How many are left? 1. 6 times what is negative 12? Negative 2. You have 3 n's. You take out 1. There are how many remaining? 2. N squared. You should not be like, Miss Brandt, is this right? Multiply it out and check. If you did it correctly, then when you multiply 6n to all 3 terms, you should get what you had originally. Numbers in front, 18, 12, 30. What's the highest number they all divide by evenly? 6. This x has a 1. What is the lowest exponent? The most x's you can take out from all of them is 1. Can't take out more than that because that's all the first one has. They all have 1 x in common. And then the y's, you can take out from all of them y squared. That way, in parentheses, 6 times 3 is 18. You already took out the x and the y squared. That's all that's left. 6 times 2 is 12. You had 2 x's, you took out 1. How many are left? 1. And you took out both y's. And then 6 times 5 is 30. You had 7 x's, you took out 1. How many are left? 6. And you took out both y's. You shouldn't have to ask me if this is right. You should be able to distribute and check for yourself. So if you were to multiply your GCF back out, would you get what you had originally? That's what you're asking yourself.